These green.
Oh my god! What did you just say?
These green squished people.
Did you just call white people happy or green squished?
Wide
Wide
people.
people.
Do you have something against wide people? Oh, wide people.
Oh my god, wide people. What I never really understood is like, what do these companies even really get out of getting small creators or small streamers to sign really oppressive contracts? Do you even profit very much from it if they remain a small streamer, like many of the people you sign do?
You profit
Like
very
only
much.
one in a. Pardon?
You profit a lot. I linked you a.
Really?
Yeah, and
Is
we
it
can.
just because they sign so many people and take so many cuts that it accumulates to being quite a lot?
Yeah. So do you know about like venture capital at all?
Sorta, not really. I don't know.
So it's like people that invest in companies, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like the super simple idea behind the super like TLDR version of venture capital is venture capitalists will invest in 10 companies, right? So let's say they put $1 million into 10 companies, and they'll hope that one succeeds, because if one
And so
succeeds,
they make a ton off of one.
the other 9 will pay themselves back. Yeah, right. They're expecting a 90% fit, and so esports teams have very much the same idea. So I linked you a silly gnome of Tfue's viewership. If you look at, so this contract that we're going over, that was signed April 20th. And if you look at the time that Tfue is blowing up, it corresponds directly with when he signed his contract, right? And that's because as esports organizations, we have scouts that are looking for talent, right? And even at Nerd Fusion, we're looking for people that are blowing up on Twitch, so that we at Nerd Fusion can do predatory business practices, but I'm just saying this is just a business practice that everybody does, because if you get those people early before they blow up, you're going to get better terms and conditions with those people than you did beforehand. That's just the reality of it. Yeah. If I try to sign you when you have 1 million followers on Instagram, right? And I'm like, hey, Pokey, come to Nerd Fusion. That's fucking insane, right? The amount of shit that I'm going to have to do to get you is going to be crazy. But if I got you when you had like 100 followers and like we're just going up, right? It would be a completely different thing. Yeah. So the idea.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah.
You say like you invest in a bunch and you hope that at least one of them blows up.
Yeah, and then
it pays off for everything else.
Exactly. And where that gets predatory is when you do stuff like in this gamer agreement with Tfue, right? They lock them into $2,000 a month in salary, and they only allow that to increase by a maximum of 25%. So that 25% means that no matter how big he gets, he can only make $2,500 per month.
That's it.
Like, so imagine that. Like, so
are there numerous people that are stuck in shitty situations?
There are a lot of people that are stuck in situations like this.
That's wild.
Yeah. I mean, imagine
I
it
know
like...
some of them have gotten out, which is nice, but...
Yeah, and it looks like one more is going to...
I see things like... Hopefully. Even when I see contracts that are like, we have the right to use your likeness, I believe is what it's called. Like, forever. We have the right to use your content forever.
Yep.
Like, shit like that. What?
Perpetuity for likeness is fucking... And that's in here, too. It's crazy. I mean, just imagine, like, so you were, how fast did you like blow up? Were you like a 200 viewer streamer for a while and then you just like went nuts, or like, was it really gradual, or what happened?
I'd say within the first 5 months, maybe I went from like 20 viewers to like 300, 400, 500. Okay, so I started like in a December. Partnered in March, which must have been somewhere between 200 to 500 viewers.
Okay.
By that summer, I was a 1 to 2K Andy.
Jesus,
and
these
then
names. Okay.
Oh my god, it's really unintentional.
It's all right. Just keep going. You're doing great.
I averaged 1 to 2K viewers, and then actually I averaged even 2K. And I remember I thought that was fucking crazy. I was like, I never thought 2,000 people would watch me play League.
Yeah.
Like within a year, within half a year, within whatever. That was crazy. But then I went to university and I dropped back down to like 1K for those 2 years. And then I went full time. Moving brought me up to 2K, OTV, 3K, Fortnite, 5K. Yeah.
I see.
So in that sense, it's been kind of gradual, but...
So if I came to you when you were at like 300 viewers, right, and I offered you 2K a month, that would be a fucking crazy deal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, if I came to you today and I did that, and you have to give away all of your rights to do it, what would you say?
peace be.
Yeah, you
No,
tell
I'm
me to
just
go
kidding.
fuck myself.
But also,
Yeah,
I want to say, like,
yeah.
I feel like I was really lucky because, um, maybe it's something my parents taught me. Maybe it's something I don't know. It's always been intuitive that it's like, or not intuitive, but I always knew you don't just sign a contract. Okay, you look over it. You have someone you trust look over it. Even before I had an agent or a manager or anybody procuring deals for me, my dad would always tell me like, don't ever sign anything. At the very least, send it to me.
Was your dad in
Like
business
even just
before?
my dad, which I appreciate. No,
He just knew
he's
that.
just a nice dad, Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, even if you have to spend like even $300 to $500, I know that's a shit ton of money when you're just starting out. But if you're signing away your life, like that small investment to have a lawyer look over something is so worth it.
Well, and there are also a lot of people like Ryan Morrison or like who will do that just
Yeah.
on like Ryan. I think is a person like that just legitimately is campaigning for player rights. Like I like every sense that I have gotten from him has been that there and like there is a list of people that you can go to that will help you, you know, like with these problems and like I think that's what is so pervasive about this FaZe bro culture thing, and not just FaZe, but the bro culture that we were talking about, right? Like whether it's FaZe or not, just to like avoid like implicating people. Yeah, like that idea.
Oh, I also want to say it's not. I also want to say it's not just bro culture. It can even be just like friend culture.
Friend culture, yeah.
I
Bro
don't want
culture
to
is a
go
bad
too
word.
deep into experiences I've either heard of or been slightly a part of, but there's been issues where you're like you're friends with someone, you create something cool, or like you start working together, you have verbal agreements or otherwise, and then somebody
Something
decides
changes.
to threaten to sue you.
Yeah, it gets
So
real
that's
quick.
why, like having heard of these situations, and how tricky it can be to take that kind of stuff to court, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like FaZe could very well get something out of it.
And that is really
Because like being able to prove that you
FaZe
had
is
a
so fucked,
significant-
Pokey. I can't tell you. They're so fucked.
I mean, like I've
even
heard-
if they win the entire court case on some miraculous grounds,
like
the California Labor Commission is still going to fuck them up because a complaint has been filed and they're obligated to answer it. So this is all the stuff like underage drinking in the FaZe house, which Banks has admitted to publicly. Tfue being involved in a skater accident that allegedly caused him permanent disfigurement. Supposedly signing an 11-year-old kid to FaZe Clan on the same contract.
Oh my god, I heard of that. I don't know if that's true, but if it is, then
if any of this is
bad.
substantiated, FaZe is going to get their ass kicked because the government does not fuck around. Those guys, the government closed down the Mexican food restaurant where I ordered my burritos from because they opened their fridge for 5 extra minutes. Like these guys are no shit motherfuckers. They are going to come in hard. Like the Labor Commission is actually the scarier part of this story that everybody's kind of like not talking about. And that complaint has already been filed. They're already obligated to hear it. Like that's going to be a whole deal.
How complaints like that get filed?
You just
Like,
send one in.
details on-
It's not like there's not a better
send
answer.
one in?
Yeah, I can file a labor complaint against any business. Like it's just a thing I can do.
Do it against Pokimane LLC.
Are
for
you
bullying you into adding Pepe Laugh and Weird
and Weird
Chip?
Chip? Yeah. Are you in California? You're doing business in
yeah.
California, so effectively you are. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I'm coming for you. I'm gonna be one of those friends that just turns into a lawsuit. Okay.
Oof.
Yeah, you know,
No
but
takes.
no takes. But that's the thing, right? It's like that's why the dichotomy
like I've heard
of
that happen.
friendship and business needs to be separated. Like that's why that's so important to do because like people
You gotta get shit in writing all the
Yep.
time.
When the contracts start flying, like that's when stuff gets real. And that's always gonna happen between like I don't care like how much you might think this person is your friend. Like when that stuff goes down, it goes down hard. And that's a situation and like
You know, that's been the
Yeah.
shittiest thing that I've had to learn about
Really?
streaming or working with friends or whatever. At the end of the day, people are always gonna do what's best for them. It doesn't
Oh my
matter
God,
what
you are
the fuck they told you at any fucking point. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how close you are. It doesn't matter if like
I'm like
it doesn't matter if nothing fucking matters. They're gonna do what's
I'm
best
like
for them
resonating
when they
with
need
your
to.
fucking chakras right now, dude. Like, oh my God, I completely
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just saying to my Twitch chat because this is like I'm like so I've covered issues like this for like a really long time. and just nobody gives a shit, right? It just so happens that like this issue for some reason, and so I was telling my Twitch chat like nobody cared who I was until I put on the mask, right? Because the number of DMs that I got today for people that wanted to talk, it was like very interesting, right? Because when that has never happened in the past before, and yeah, that's one of the hardest things to learn as a
Wait,
like.
what do you mean?
Oh, like dude, dozens
the
of personalities are like messaging me on Twitter, like, hey, can you come on the show? Can you like? And all of these people never would have talked to me 2 weeks ago.
Oh, why? Because you started talking about this stuff?
Because because I got attention. Because I got people that are actually paying attention to it. Yeah. And so yeah, one of the things that you like, I think you've probably, in fact, I know you've run into this, is just the sycophantic nature of this industry, right? Like where it's like people will turn around and they're so. I mean, I can't imagine how many people were pursuing you once you got huge. Like
the worst part is like, so I've had instances where like I'll learn it. I'll be like, oh wow, so this can really happen. Damn. And then you'll have instances again where, you know, you kind of get that feeling in your gut, so you're trying to avoid it. I've even been in situations where like I will actively try to avoid something happening and communicate with this person repeatedly, and be reassured repeatedly by friends. And please nobody speculate, because like literally none of you guys are gonna understand what it is. And then whatever situation you want to avoid still fucking happens. And it just teaches you, like, really, people are going to do what's best for them. And what they tell you, it really doesn't matter.
100%. And, like, no matter how much they seem like your friend.
Yeah. And it really sucks that now I'm in a situation where if I really want to believe anything, like, I have to get it in writing. That's...
Ultimately,
and it sucks. You can't even feel like you trust your friends. You have to get everything in writing, every little.
And you can't be sure that somebody is your friend because they legitimately value your personality or who you are, versus they just want your following. Yeah. When I became CEO, same thing. When I became CEO of CLG, right? Like, when I was in Dignitas, I was like a regional manager, so I ran an A, and like people were like, "Oh, that's cool." All of a sudden, when I was CEO of CLG, the number of people that were like, "God, you're amazing!" Like, "Oh my God, like I've followed you for so long," and I'm like, "Really?" Like, dude, I've been streaming since 2012. Like, there are people that you know are like your legitimate OGs, like the people in your chat that have been there for like 4 years.
Their follow age proves it.
And it's like you stream. Those are the people. It's like, so like I have a thing where I stream like Path of Exile and like Magic the Gathering. So when Path of Exile comes out, I potato for like a week on it, and I just do nothing and I don't talk to chat or anything. It's like if someone shows up to that stream, like I know you're an OG, right? Like it's that kind of thing. It's like when you're at your worst and someone shows up, those are your true.
Yep.
Yeah. But like the number of people that will stay with you when the times get tough is so small.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh man, do I know. And whenever you see someone, the best, it is very nice though, when times get tough, somebody jumps ship, you see their true colors, and then times get a lot better.
They bounce right back, baby. There they are, yeah.
You unfollow, never speak to them again. They're like, wait, I thought we was friends. That was just something else. Like, nah, dude.
And you have the added element of like the whole like just God, the whole like you must have so much cringe shit come your way. I can't even possibly imagine it. I really don't envy you for that. Like that would be too much for me. I would not be able to be an online personality if I was a girl. I would just not be able to do it. I could not deal with the. Yeah, I don't know how much you can speak to this because
I'm lucky. Yeah. I'm a veteran of being a female.
Yeah, good stuff. You've been doing it for a while.
Really, yeah. I've been doing it for a while. Yeah. I grew some tough skin. You learn how to kind of deal with it. But yeah.
I mean, like I would measure.
I actually, it's interesting that you kind of brought it up.
Yeah.
Like recently, I've been thinking about it a lot. How like I wish I could just meet people as like Iman, like me.
Yeah.
And never have to bring in like the pokey side to it at all. Because I really miss that. I think that's one of the things that I miss the most about university. Like you get to meet people just for who they are, very casually. See if you really vibe, or see if they're kind of trying to pander to your interests or not.
Can I give you an awesome suggestion on this?
Wait, you know what? Okay, wait. I want to confess first.
Okay.
I've been thinking about this so much recently that I've been like devising some kind of a plan, because I'm really bad at lying. So even when I meet people IRL and they're like, "What do you do?" Like it's so hard for me to like think. I have to say what I do, and they're like, "Oh, can I see your Instagram?" And it's just fucking gone from there.
You're
you know
over.
what I mean?
Yeah, that's it.
So I was like, "What if I just like made an anonymous like Reddit account and just started making friends like that? You know, in a way that's
still shitting
no
where
one
you
could
eat
ever
is the
know.
problem. It's still shitting where you eat. Does that make sense?
How so?
But because you are Reddit, like this is that's your demo. What you need to do is you need to go to a okay. So I'm gonna give you a direct.
I'll like make friends that like do
Take an
yoga
improv
or
class.
something. An improv
Yes.
class. Oh, that's cool.
It'll do two things for you. Number one, it'll not that you
I'll
need
be
it,
a
but
better
you'll be a better
streamer.
broadcaster. Yeah. So
Yeah.
do you live with Lily or do
Lily
you
tells
talk?
me that all the time.
Well, yeah. So yeah, I was gonna say talk to Lily about this. If you take it, taking an improv class was one of the best things I do. I guarantee you, nobody cares who you are, especially in LA, because they're already going down that path, and they probably
I think
don't
it's
know.
the opposite for me, like especially in LA. If I end up coming across people that are like trying to make it, and then they see that I have these like, I have like 2.5 Instagram followers, they're like, oh wow, and
Yeah,
and then I feel like
well, you have an
instantly, like, that's the
amazing.
only thing that they're interested in. Like I would have to literally fake
mhm.
being someone else.
That's fine. That's what you have to do in improv anyway. You're literally, I mean, but also like, I would tell you to take an improv class, and I'm seconding this from Lily, like, cause like Lily told me to take an improv class like a few months ago. And I was like, okay.
Oh, that's so cool.
And then I did.
Then
And
you
it was
did.
like, it was one of the number one things that, you need like an alter ego, dude. You need to be like Batman. Like, Batwoman, yeah, like 2019. Sorry, I got to keep up. And I think if you take an improv class, you're gonna get so much value on that. Not just on the level of like, oh, finally there's not people that are like, valuing me for my Instagram following, but also just on like a human level of just becoming like a broadcaster and being able to evoke those things in a better way. Yeah.
Damn. Okay. I do want to do that.
I think you should, yeah. And like you could also go with Lily. I'm sure she'd be glad to take another one. Do you guys live together or something?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So she'd be willing to take.
Okay, I think that would make me a lot more comfortable too. And I think Albert would be down too.
Yeah, and you'd all be fantastic. Like, I think Lily, I can tell the difference in like the way, because I was just on a D&D show with her. And the difference that she, and I knew her when she was like living in George's room at CLG, right? Like we go like way back. She's a completely different person now, like not in part just because of like a lot of the self-education.
More extroverted.
For the better, right? Like I'm amazed at how much she's grown as a person. It's awesome to watch.
Me too.
Yeah, it's so cool. Maybe the constant exposure to Destiny and the fire that comes down from that hardened her up a little bit as a person. Like, I don't know what it was, but whatever it is, I like it.
I think if anything, she's opened up. Like she's like happier and more loving.
Yeah.
I hope that's in some part like living with us and OTV and us always being there for her and showing her support in the things that she does and her being able to do the same for us and kind of building out a little family. I would like to think that has helped. I also think Albert being in her life has helped a ton. And all these like little steps kind of add on.
Yeah.
And allow her to do things like the improv classes. And then she learns even more from that.
And then she grows. Yeah. So success is a flywheel, right? The more you go, the more you get. Yeah. The more you give, the more you get. Albert is also like an amazing human being. Holy shit.
Yes!
Yeah, he's such an awesome dude. So you live with all of them, right?
Yeah.
That must be crazy.
It is very, very nice.
It's nice, you said?
Yeah. I mean,
what I would worry about is the cleanliness.
Crazy, but...
Every time I've been over to OTV, I haven't been over there, I think, since you were there. But like when I last went over to OTV, I was like, holy shit, this.
Yeah, just don't worry about it. We get maids every now and then, so it's cool. It's
every
cool.
now and then. Yeah.
Yeah, we've kind of just accepted that like the main areas are mostly going to be messy. We've just accepted it.
Yeah, there's like diseases that you could get from that and shit. You know what I mean? Like,
wait, what? Okay, nobody in the house is diseased as far as
nobody
I know.
in the house, but if you like leave shit around on the floor.
Then again, you can't know for sure unless they sign a contract stating that they're not.
Sure, you got to give up those rights.
You know.
Yeah. Is OTV still like an entity, or is it like, or now you just kind of like? I remember it was originally like a thing, and then I think it was sold to UTA as an entity, right?
No.
No? How does it work? If you can tell, you can tell me later if you don't want to tell me.
I can kind of explain more later, but like,
cool.
It's its own separate thing, and it's like within our control, luckily, so we can kind of take it where we want. Or
You
do
are
what
the
we want
Senate.
with it entirely. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. It's cool being the Senate. Yeah, got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad because I know like I know most other orgs or groups or whatever, they what would you call it? Like they have responsibilities that they owe either investors or companies that are working with them or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm really glad that we don't have to worry about anything like
And
that.
don't get yourself into a situation where you do, because your whole game plan is going to change. Just speaking from experience there. Like, you guys don't need like capital. Like you guys are organically growing like really well. And like, yeah, like I think giving up those rights at that stage, like just be really careful before you give ownership of that to something. I think one thing I can say about you in particular is like, you've always been really careful with how your brand is represented. And I think this is a conscious thing, I would guess. You probably confirm or deny.
Extremely.
Okay,
well, not extremely, but
I think it's
I think
extremely.
more so what's extremely conscious is how I let other people portray my brand, or like the decisions that I make, the companies that I try to work with, all of that. I think I care about a lot. And I think that's another thing that like naturally as a person I kind of care about, which is to some extent good and to some extent bad. Like I should probably give less of a shit what other people think. But because it's something that I've always been like kind of aware of,
yeah, I wonder
like the transition to having that help me in terms of my career was pretty natural.
do you get bothered by like Reddit comments and like things about you, like Lily does at that level? Because I know,
okay,
yeah,
me and Lily react to those things very differently. Sometimes I'll read it and I'll be bothered. I think what really bothers me is when something is false and people upvote it, even though it is so untrue. That's what really bothers me. But Lily,
it's different.
Lily will actually argue
dig into
with the
every
people on
fucking thread.
Reddit.
Yeah, she like goes, she
And
goes like surgical on that shit. Yeah,
I just feel like it's not worth my time, and at least half of the people that say shit like that, like they're gonna hate me regardless. So
yes,
you know that saying that's like you can't like you can't convince someone out of something that they didn't convince themselves into.
Yeah,
like clearly if this rumor or thing that they're saying is so fucking false, you know, logic isn't gonna help them get out of there.
yeah.
So, yeah.
There's a really, fuck, I shouldn't ask this question like this, but are you a fan of Barack Obama in general? Like, I'm not trying to get political here. There's just if you can't answer that, don't worry about it.
Like I think, sure, I'm a fan of the positive way he
speaks.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to talk about. I'm not trying to do any.
Yeah.
Not trying to like. So yeah, let's talk about that. So he's in an interview once, and he says something about almost like being an influencer. I think is one of the smartest things that I've ever heard anybody say. Where like he's in an interview with Bill O'Reilly on Fox, right? Which is already hard because he's up against the wall. Okay, and Bill O'Reilly says, "How do you respond to people that hate you?" And Obama says, like Obama kind of like takes a moment and he sort of thinks, and he's like, I don't think that they hate me. I think that they hate a projection of me that they put on me because they're in suffering. Their lives are suffering. And holy shit, that hit me so hard.
Whenever you hate on someone, you're projecting in some way or other.
Yeah, it's something that you're manifesting into that person. And another easy quote on this, I think this is a Gary Vaynerchuk quote, is Michael Jordan doesn't leave YouTube comments. Have you ever heard anything like Yeah.
Oh my God. No. And I heard this, but the way that I always said it was like, me and anybody that I like or is cool in my life or anybody that I admire, I have never seen them leave a YouTube comment or say something shitty or, you know, waste time hating on something else.
Of course. They're not going to take the time to do that.
And like, you know, I like to think that I'm a decent person. And when I see something that I don't like, guess what the fuck? I just exit out of the browser.
Let it go.
I leave. It is such a damn. And you know why? I think about why do I do that instead of like outwardly shit on it or give my opinion or attack it or whatever the heck. And you know what? Because I have better things to do.
Because you're in your own shit. Yes,
and
exactly.
When you think about it like that, it kind of sucks that these people that shit on me or whoever else don't have anything better to do with their time.
They legitimately don't. Yeah.
You know what else I've kind of started thinking? In some fucked up way, this person get some kind of a release, some kind of pleasure from maybe like being rude to me. And you know what? That still means that I'm doing something good in their lives. Even if like deep down the way that it's rooted in the way that they're reasoning, that the reason that they're doing it is not good.
Oh, dude, I
You
have
know
something
what?
so
I'm
cool on
still
this.
doing something for them.
Yeah. So do you know a streamer named Zizarin? Have you heard?
I don't think so.
He's a Path of Exile. So he's a Path of Exile streamer, and he's known for
Is
like
he
going
doing the long streams?
Yes, he's
Yeah,
known
yeah,
for
yeah,
like
yeah.
doing
Okay, I know
these
who you're talking about.
insane fucking streams. Yeah, so it's like old friend of mine.
Mm-hmm.
Zizarin has a really cool way of approaching this in his chat where, and I wish I was like this kind of enlightened individual, because like what I'll do if someone shits on me in chat is like, depending on the number of hours of sleep I have, like if I'm at like 9 hours of sleep, I'll be like, oh, like I'm really sorry you feel that way, dude. Like, hey, I hope you come back tomorrow and feel better. And then like at 6 hours of sleep, I'm like, fuck you, dude, you fucking, like I'm just going like super hard. But Zizarin has this thing he does where someone will come into chat and be like, you know, you fucking suck, like whatever. And Ziz, what he'll literally do is he'll be like, hey man, I'm really sorry you feel that way. I wonder if you're just kind of having a tough day, and like come back later. And then like maybe he'll time them out for 24 hours. But he said he told me offline, the number of people that come back and sub to him as a result of him not just banning them and telling them off. Those people come back and they're like, hey man, you were right. I was actually having like a really shit day and I'm sorry about that.
Aww.
How cool is that, right? Like,
that's dope.
Yeah, it's a super cool way to approach it, even though it's really hard for us as influencers to be like, to do that in the real moment, especially because there are some things that people say in Twitch chat that are so fucking dumb. I'm like, oh my god, so dumb. Like I'm like you how can this be? But you like, if you can,
like, I wish I was. Yeah.
If you can be the Buddha and you can rise above that.
Yeah.
Pokey
I wish
Buddha.
I could be. Sometimes. I'll do better every time.
At least a little bit more than you normally do, right? Yeah. That killing them with kindness thing. Does anyone know that Instagram story of that basketball player that did this? Somebody they're gonna link you in your chat. I don't know if they can link in your chat.
Subs can.
Okay, there's this basketball player on Instagram that did this to like a really like horrible Jeremy Lin, yeah. But where's the actual comment? Okay, and I'll link you this. Someone will link it within. This is a cool thing about having like we can just like outsource our work, right? Like we don't need to do anything.
I think you're good.
Did you get it linked yet? Nobody's linking me yet. Jeremy Lin on Instagram. Jeremy Lin to Kanon Martin. Holy crap, guys. Do I got to do this myself?
Probably.
Okay.
Chat is usually a little papaga when it comes to linking stuff. Even for me. No Reddit detectives in my chat, unfortunately. Oh my god, you got fucked.
Yeah. Yeah.
I appreciate that I have dreads and that you have Chinese tattoos. Like, how can you harp on someone for one thing and be doing the exact same?
Yeah, but
technically speaking.
But it's like that killing with kindness type of idea, right? Is so cool. And like to apply that to Twitch, it's always the right move. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I feel like, and you know what's also really cool is like, you know Destiny pretty well, right?
Yeah, pretty well.
Yeah, Destiny, I go way far back. And like, Steven has the just absolute raw power to fucking demolish a person, right? Because he has this like...
I know, and sometimes I really, because I've never met someone like Steven. I wonder like, where did he get this from?
It was
this ability to just like try to pick at your insecurities.
It was from years of battle in the online arenas. Like he's like if you ever watched Gladiator, he's like Russell Crowe going through like the whole thing, like fighting.
Wild.
Yeah, and so like he comes out of that and can basically do anything. But there's a couple of moments in like Steven's streams where he says something nice to someone, and like the entire chat is just like, oh my god, like it's so wholesome because
incredible. Yeah,
he holds back his power. Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah, I think there's a lesson to be learned for all of us in that. And I'm definitely like being hypocritical here because I'm sometimes the first person to just put someone on blast. But I'm trying to get better about it.
That's good.
Yeah, and I think
so much.
we have a responsibility as content creators, you know, like.
To set a good example in that.
Yeah, I mean, think about your platform. It's a crazy, like, there are days where there is a stadium full of people watching you.
Monka.
Like, actually watching you, right? And, like, it's like, what are you going to do with that responsibility?
You never think of it that way because, like, all you see is a camera and, like, some funny messages in chat, you know? It never processes like that in my head.
Yeah, it probably shouldn't. I was talking to I had a meeting with a dude who's like a really high level executive in like a really major company. So like his team is like 50,000 plus people, and he was telling me that like public speaking is a part of his job, right? Like that he has to like go out and talk to these huge teams at the get-togethers for this company, and like he has gotten to the point where he was never scared of doing that. And then he had to run a Twitch stream because he was just, there was just like some reason, I don't want to like call this guy out, but there was some reason why he had to do a Twitch stream. And so he was just in a room alone in front of a camera and he was super nervous. Right? Because he was like, wait, I've talked to like thousands of people in real life, but I'm super nervous just being in front of this camera because there's no one here. I'm just in this empty room talking to no one, but there's like 11,000 people talking to me or listening to what I have to say, right? Like it's crazy. Yeah.
I think maybe because I don't have the view count up that I try not to think about it.
I don't either.
People remind me, I'm like, shit,
yeah.
true?
That's actually really cool. You don't do that?
No.
I don't either.
My whole streaming career, I haven't, except like the first week or two.
I always, holy shit. Thanks for the 600 subs, guys. Jesus.
Oh, yay,
yeah,
congrats.
Thank you so much. That's like, I mean, like, I'm a really small broadcaster. That's a huge deal. Like, I'm normally at like 100 subs. Like, that's like insane.
Wow. That's really exciting.
I know, Poki.
Good for you. You've been doing good work covering all of this in a very in-depth manner.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That's super wholesome. I pulled up my dashboard because I was going to show that I actually do the same thing, that I never, ever have my sub count. Right. Sorry, not my sub count, my viewer count up because I want to run the same show for 5
Whether
people
you have 200 viewers
that I run for 5,000. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was doing consulting for a streamer once. This is a pretty big streamer in the League of Legends category. I'm actually going to type to you who it was because you'd be interested.
Okay.
That person.
Hold on.
It's just in your Discord. Ziz, thank you for the 5. You're a god, dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you delete the message in case I show Discord?
Do you show Discord?
But I saw it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Only because we were like linking. What do you call it?
I was doing consulting for this person, and they told me I actually look in real time at every single viewer that leaves and enters, and I wonder why they did it. And I'm like, oh my god. I'm like,
that sounds like such a brain.
That's the most neurotic shit you can possibly imagine. Like that is absolutely how you just die as a broadcaster. And this is like a person with like that's not a small streamer. You know what I mean?
Oh, not at all.
Yeah. But you can totally see how that person's doing that, right? From what you know of them.
I just don't think that's fair because, like, you could be losing viewers for any fucking reason. And the number one reason is because someone else logs on stream. Like, that's just truth of the matter.
Yeah,
or maybe fucking Game of Thrones is posting a new episode. What are you gonna do?
Or it's a bad day or whatever.
All these people picked something else over me.
Yeah.
Like, Pepe, nah. Like, that's just so bad for your self-esteem, your confidence. I mean, the way that I try to look at it is whoever does come by my stream and however long they do stay, like, I'm privileged and grateful that they thought that I was even worth that time.
Absolutely.
And if anything, how can I make more people feel like I'm worth that time to them?
Yeah, and that's why you are who you are, is because you step up your game to that level because the only person you're competing with is yourself instead of others. Yeah, and that's such a wholesome take. I'm so cool. God, it's so one of the coolest things I love doing is like actually getting in front of successful people and asking them questions and confirming that like the mindsets are the same across the board. For like, there's so many people that are in successful positions that think like you, right? They take that personal accountability.
Have you ever read Tools of Titans?
Of course, I've read every Tim Ferriss book. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what really made me realize.
You actually read Tim Ferriss?
I mean, Tim Ferriss is pretty fucking dope, yeah.
I'm fucking pogging right now.
You know, I even read I don't know if you remember, like, I think it's the last chapter in his Tools of Titans book where he talks about like uh his struggle with suicide.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
He
I
has a long
read that
blog
to
post
my
about this
chat.
too.
I thought it was so good. I read the whole fucking chapter out loud to my chat.
That is so cool. Tools of Titans is like, for people that haven't read it, it's a compilation of the most successful practices of some of the most successful people on earth in different
Across
disciplines.
so many different
Yes.
industries,
Yeah, everything from Navy
jobs, whatever it is.
SEALs to pro athletes to people in business. And Tim Ferriss actually runs a podcast that is fantastic, one of the #1
Yeah.
podcasts on earth about this subject. And like, what are these things? And he finds out things like over 85% of them have a regular practice of meditation, right?
In the morning.
Yes,
Or
yeah.
something. You know what I found really interesting? It's not always just like meditation. Sometimes people just like listen to the same music in the morning.
Or
and
run.
even that can kind of, just some type of regular routine that puts you in a good mindset, good place to start your day can make such a massive difference. Honestly, that book to me was like a fucking cheat sheet or like walkthrough of life.
Seriously,
or
right?
at least work and how to be successful. Like I recommend it to anyone.
Yes. When can we expect you to join the 5 a.m. club, Pokey?
That's something. That's something else.
Tell me.
You know, I watched a video that said, like, you mean 5 a.m. club, like wake up at 5 a.m. every day, right?
That's what I mean.
I watched a video that says, okay, a dude tried it for a month and it wasn't even that great for him. Because at the end of the day, like, it doesn't work for you every single day. You can't like force yourself to lose out on sleep. It's going to affect some people a lot more negatively than it'll affect others. Like, sure, it can work for some, but that doesn't mean it's going to work for others. And I don't think it's something that you can like keep up in a very rigid manner every day. But that's maybe my excuse for why
exactly.
I'm not going to do it.
I was going to say, that sounds like a great
Like,
excuse
no,
for a
I'm
streamer to wake up at 2 o'clock tomorrow.
Okay, no, I never wake up at 2. I'm more of like a 9 a.m. gal. Okay, I
Okay.
don't think that's bad. You know.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
But 5 a.m. I feel like I could try for a week doing something.
Have you ever tried it?
Seeing if I like it. No.
So you never know until you try.
True.
Yeah.
True.
It was one of the most like life-changing things for me to get up that early, and I still struggle to do. I mean,
Do
like,
you still?
No, when I was at CLG for 3 years, I got up every single day at 4:30. I went to hot yoga every day, and then
Oh my God.
and I can't recommend hot yoga enough. Have you ever tried it?
I did it once, but only once. It was pretty cool.
You got to tell Lilia about the time ask Lilia about the time that I took her to hot yoga.
Oh my God, that sounds hilarious.
It's a good story. Yeah, she almost died. Hot yoga, like I went to hot yoga every morning. I was so keyed in. Oh my God, I went to hot yoga every morning, and then I went to work. I went to jujitsu in the afternoon, then went and lifted with the CLG guys, and I was like, I was the happiest I've ever been. I'm like a shadow of that today. But yeah,
oh
like
my God.
having an exercising thing, like hot yoga, like once a day, it'll totally change. Well, actually, you probably exercise, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like if you
like going ham every day. Honestly, I really should. I should try to do even more than I do right now.
Yeah, but like, have you give
I'm
hot
not
yoga
like
a
on
shot?
a daily routine by any means. But
Like of exercise?
the only thing about yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing about that is like I have to leave the house to do
Oh my
hot
God!
yoga.
There's
Gross.
the you know the little like the angel and the devil on your shoulder. There's the other one speaking like, yeah, but you could get up at 2 p.m. and potato.
I have to get up. Ew.
Yeah, I gotta do things, dude. I gotta go through my messy house and open up the door. I might catch a disease in my living room because nobody cleans the house at OTV. I don't want to get out of my room, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God, I'm telling you, it's worth it. I think if you tried hot yoga, you'd really get a lot out of it.
Every day. Okay, I'll try it. I'll try it again sometime. A couple times.
Yeah.
A week.
If I go down to LA, we can go.
Yeah, I'm down.
I'll take the whole OTV
the one
house.
time that I did it was pretty fun.
Even
And
Scara.
I do very much like yoga, Pilates, any type of stretching that kind of mixes in with meditation a little bit. It's all nice.
Do you meditate?
Yes.
You do.
I find that very important. Yeah.
Every day?
Ideally, yeah.
That's cool. That's really neat. Like how long?
I have these like little clip thingies. Sorry, that sounds weird. I found like I paid this This all sounds weird. I bought a set of meditation soundtracks
Yeah.
online.
Holosync
Okay?
or
And they're all somewhere between like 5 to 15 minutes. And
Got
I
it.
really love them. And they all have like different topics. So yeah, it's usually somewhere between probably like 6 to 15 minutes.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's really cool. I had no idea that you actually meditate.
What about you?
It's so cool. Yeah, definitely. I have to do it at the same time, or I'm not able to like keep up consistent with it. So
yeah, no, that makes sense. It's like that for anything, really.
Absolutely is. Yeah, waking up or whatever have you. But the way I do it is I do it at the office because it's like so I don't actually like stream at my house. Oh, that's another thing too that one day you should try.
Do you really recommend that?
Okay, I streamed at my house from 2012 to like 2015. The reason is work-life separation. That's actually what like pushed me over. Like when I got into an office and I like had my own setup here and I can sit down and like this is my streaming place and then I have a place I can go where I can just chill and I can get out of that mode. It's so valuable.
I can understand that. That's why like if I were to move again, I would like to have a streaming room at the very least.
Yeah, totally. Like just have a different place that your mindset can shift. I was talking to your chat. I didn't know what would I tell to them? I don't even know.
No, I think you did great. They seemed very lively and spamming and stuff. So
that's a good thing. I don't know how chats
Very
at your
good.
caliber operate.
Nah, they're nice people. I don't have like a always super zoom fast chat, but yeah.
Well, I just went to your stream and I'm seeing a lot of these little green
White people happy.
these green
Oh my god, what did you just say?
these green squished people.
Did you just call white people happy or green squished? Okay.
Wait, wide
Is
people?
that-
Wait, what are you advocating in your chat? Wide people? Wide people?
people.
Do you have something against wide people? Oh, wide people?
Oh my god, white people. No. People.
White
Like
people.
Pepe. You know what a Pepe is?
Yeah, that's the frog.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's Peepo too. And so you have Peepo happy.
Uh-huh.
Yes. And then when you're ultra happy, you're stretched out. Wide Peepo happy.
Oh, so you're so happy it stretches you out. Because if you
Yes.
eat more, you eat more when you're happy.
Sure.
Yeah, got it. Okay, when you're content with your life, you eat more. All right.
Actually, that's so true. I'm definitely like that too.
Yeah. So that's why the people gets bigger. I totally understand now. That makes tons of
I have
sense.
to AFK for another minute because my cat wants food. Sorry, hold on.
Okay, I got it. Peepo happy. Wide people. Not wide people. Wide people are fine, Twitch chat in 2019. Wide peepo. How do you even get the wide peepo? Who are you? I'm Devin Nash. I'm the CMO of Nerd Fusion, and I'm also a full-time Twitch broadcaster as well. Hi. BTTV. I like the wide peepo. Do you guys think it's a shit show if I enable that on my chat? Yes, no, please don't. What's this L dash thing? L underscore question mark. I need Pokey to figure that one out too. I kind of like him though. He's so happy. The little big peepo. It is some normie meme. Okay. A loon discord. What are you talking about? A loon discord? What? I'm trying to figure out what this L underscore thing is.
Can I be honest? I don't even fully know, but I know it's like something that I know it's something that's spammed by donations.
Wait, but you're the one that like is supposed to bring balance to the force. Like without you, how do you not know what it is?
I know, and usually like I'm very much on my meme game, L underscore. I really think it's just like someone started spamming L underscore in donations, and now a lot of people do it because it sounds funny. I don't really know.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought that it was. I can't imagine what it is. Can they explain it?
Chat, no, okay, here's the thing. You can't ask chat to explain something because you're admitting to not knowing something, and they're just gonna keep laughing. You don't know.
So
and they want you to keep not knowing, so they're not gonna tell you.
as soon as you show weakness, they're like sharks and they go for the blood.
Yes.
Yeah.
They love it. It's entertaining to them. It's boring if you know everything and can play around their memes. They don't like that.
Isn't there like some wholesome viewer that's gonna tell you the real answer though?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. You would think there was.
But they get flooded out by all the other Papegas in chat. So
it's actually also Devin Nash. So someone was asking, did you know you knew me when I was Melixia, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and I changed my name to Devin Nash on Twitch, which I thought was actually going to destroy my channel, but like I was so nervous about doing it. And then
you just get to rebrand, sort of.
Absolutely nothing happened. No, like I literally logged on. Yeah, I logged on that day, and I was like, I'm gonna have 2 viewers, and like it was like no one even said anything. It was like the whole name change, everything. I was like, oh god, here we go, and everyone's like, hey man, and I was like, what do you mean? Like everything's different.
Because
like,
the people who
it's the same.
the people who are really attached, they'll know. They're gonna recognize you anyways.
Yeah.
All right. If I had to rebrand, what should I rebrand to?
Your name. 100%, because you're going to be taken with so much more credibility.
Iman?
Yeah, it's great.
Oh yeah, that's true.
What's your last name? Well, do people know your last name?
Anis, yeah.
What is it?
I love Anis.
How do you spell that?
Anys. It's a letter off of anus, so I don't think I should include
I was gonna say that, but I was like, I don't know.
Listen, I've lived with this name my whole life. If you think I don't know every single meme, on top of that, when you connect my first and last name, Iman Anis, like you could just write I'm an anus.
That's so good. Yeah.
That's so good.
Yeah. That's like, well, I feel like a lot of times like Twitch chat is like preschool generators. So like if you give them like an insult, they'll just keep generating it until they come up with like like so your name is so the reason that I rebranded to Devin Nash, right, was because I was doing sponsorship deals in esports, and when I came into like a boardroom with like Burger King, and I would come in and I'm like, hi, I'm like Melixia, they'd be like, get the fuck, it's like some 65-year-old dude. It's like, are you serious? Like, are you coming in here with this shit? Like, so like can you tell me the name like militia? Like, what's that about? It's like, and I was like, okay, I gotta.
That's what I hate the most about my name. It's very, very hard to pronounce as well.
Iman?
No, like in English, okay, in French you read it and it's just Iman, but in English, Imane, it's like Imani, Imane, and I hate all of those variations with a deep, burning passion.
What do you say?
Okay. I know in English the easiest way to pronounce it is Iman, but the way that I like it the most is like in French, which is like Iman.
That's too hard for anybody.
Soft A.
Too hard.
O.
That
I
like
know.
that's Iman. Say it again.
Sorry. What?
Say it again.
Donation. Okay, so
the French pronunciation.
Okay, Iman.
Iman. No one's ever gonna do this. This is way too much work. Like, yeah.
Iman.
And as soon as you get them, even if you get past the Iman, they still got to get past the anus. So this is just way too much. this is just.
No one's getting past the anus.
No one's getting past the anus, dude. It's just way too much work. Like this is not gonna happen. Like I don't. Yeah, based on this, I don't know if you should. But I always say your real name because brands will take you more seriously, a lot more seriously.
True.
Yeah.
And whenever I go to like brand events, I never know how to like introduce myself. Like, so what's your name for the guest list? It's like I don't even know which name to give.
Yeah, I can tell you feel like a total badass when someone's like, like hi, I'm Devin Nash, and they're like, oh yeah, but what's your Twitch channel? It's like it's Devin Nash, and you're just like, ooh, like you just dab right there, right?
Yeah,
like
that's very, very nice.
It's pretty hardcore, but I also have a name that begets that, right? Like Devin Nash is a super, and like Melixia was a terrible brand name.
Honestly, you have a cool name.
Thank you. In Celtic, it means poet.
What? Oh, my name in Arabic means faith.
That's awesome. That's actually super cool. You speak French, right?
Also, I haven't seen you dance. Yeah, it's my first language.
You haven't?
So it's very embarrassing. There's so many words. There's so many words I just don't. I can't.
Still?
So, yeah.
Still.
Not even. It's just like it's as if learning French first created some sort of an algorithm or formula for reading and pronunciation in my brain. And that formula is just not compatible with the English language. Like I'll
Interesting.
read things like one bit at a time. Like earlier, I was trying to read like economically and I was reading economically or something. I just,
Do you
shit
speak
like that.
anything else rather than French?
I speak a bit of Derija, which is like Moroccan dialect. It's kind of like some kind of a scuffed Arabic.
Jesus. That's
Yeah.
so I
So
sent you
just
a
too many
dance video.
Economically, yeah.
If-
Instead of just economically.
That's an old meme, but it checks out. I sent you a dance video.
Fuck yeah.
Well, watch it at your leisure. I had to stop doing that. I was actually telling a story.
Wait!
What?
Okay, sorry, go
No,
on.
go ahead.
No, I was just saying this looks so good.
I used to compete. It's not that good.
Dancing has always been one of those things that I wish I got to pursue more. I did it a lot in middle school and high school, and then I just lost my life to video games.
Oh God. Okay.
Yeah.
You could pick it back up. Like there's hip hop classes. I'm jealous of the hip hop classes. I used to
Yeah.
take them with like Smithy.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, that's
yeah.
so cool. Smithy seems like a perfect person to do
He's
that
a
with.
fucking amazing hip hop dancer. He would it's awesome. Yeah. So it was actually funny, like to give like just about how much Twitch has changed. When I was doing those, I had partnership managers that were telling me that I shouldn't do those dances because they were
Why?
not gaming content.
Yeah, I remember I did like my Dr. Pokey thing where I was just talking to viewers.
Mhm.
Oh, and you know what pissed me off the most? I love this story. So I did something like Dr. Pokey where I was just speaking to viewers. And I remember there was the most popular female streamer at the time had something called FAQ Boy Friday or something, like frequently asked questions, but also like Fuck Boy Friday.
Okay.
Where she would just sit there and like answer questions and talk to people, and she did it like for donations. So people would like donate questions and then she'd respond to it. Whereas for me, I was like, I'm not going to do it for money, but like I just want to talk to people, have them ask me for advice, and I'll give it to them. I did that, and then I was contacted by a channel manager, and they were like, listen, you can't do this because, it's not gaming related enough, blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
blah. And I didn't shut my mouth up, and I was like, okay. I was like, and I linked them all of her VODs when she did it. I was like, no, you guys clearly allow this kind of thing. Like, this is a top streamer of yours. If they can do it, I should be able to do it just fine, too.
Yeah, and they couldn't say anything to that, right?
And also to chat's point, that's not snitching at all, in my opinion. It's just like I recognize that there's so many different admins and channel managers on Twitch.
Yeah.
That some people think something is fine, and some people think something isn't.
This is exactly
Generally
why.
speaking, if something has been done multiple times before, and one person tells you it's wrong, maybe they just don't realize.
They don't know it. Yeah. This is another reason why, like, when everybody's like, well,
So
we
you-
need, like,
yeah.
transparent terms around enforcement on Twitch. It's like, you can't do that, dude. Like, there's so many different takes on it, right? Every situation is subjective.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is Pokimane's net worth? Poki's net...
Pokimane.
Pokimane net worth?
No.
$90 million. No, I'm trolling.
Where do you see? There's no fucking
I'm
way.
trolling. It says
I wish.
90 million views on YouTube. Net worth estimated 250,000. Okay. No worries. No comment. Anyway, I think...
No, it's more than that.
I know it is.
Yeah, I'm waiting for you to say, because I know you know it too. No, I mean, I've been doing this 5 years, so yeah. Went from like almost 30K school debt to where I am now, so...
That's awesome. Yeah.
Been a journey.
I would say I'm still thinking about the brand name. I don't know. I mean, you can never rebrand at this point. I think you're too far gone.
Yeah.
I rebranded because I was nobody, right? Like
Okay, not nobody.
well, okay, so yeah, I was well known, but like not like nobody like watched it. Like it was safe to like it was safe to do. It was safer to do, right? And I'm still like transitioning the brand over, but it was an enormous positive to use my real name. I would never go back. It's super great.
I agree. Or it seems like it.
Yeah.
But only if you have a name that's easy to pronounce.
Yeah. I don't know what I would do with that name. And then the other people like Steven, right? Like that's like a really hard one too, because there's just so many people that are named Steven.
Yep.
That if your name is like John Smith, like
on top of that, Destiny is actually kind of common too. Like he is the Destiny in our community. But like, there's also a Destiny game.
Well, he was doing well before the
game. Destiny is a word on its own.
He was doing well before the game came out. I feel like when
luckily.
Yeah, and then they had to go make a game Destiny, and then that was. I always liked that Destiny held on to his subreddit. Always respected him for that, even though it really pissed off.
He said, "Fuck your game."
Yeah, it pissed them off so much that like because now they're still Destiny the game, but. Destiny's like, I got this subreddit. Like, there's no amount of money you can pay him to give that up. It's great.
Aww.
Yeah, he also has Destiny on Instagram too. So now he's well, I was gonna say on Twitter, but he's.
You know, I would maybe give up a kidney for my proper socials. Actually.
Wait, what proper socials do you not have?
Twitter and Instagram.
Instagram. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's this. And who the hell is this?
Yeah, no, this person has just had it for a very long time. Okay. Doesn't even really use it and refuses to sell it to me unless for a 5-figure deal of cash in person.
You should probably take that. I would.
In person.
Well, that's weird as hell, but like that's like a 5-figure deal. Like,
how do you think I'm gonna show up with 30K, 50K, 60K in person?
Guards
to some random ass place. Holy shit!
Have people with guns with you?
I don't even believe it at that point.
With your dude, just get your chat to White Knight with you. Like, just get the White Knights, dude. You'll have like a bunch of people show up in full armor and swords. It'll be fine.
Like, I wish I could have just like trademarked it. Like, come on, man, this is me. But then again, I look at I look at Drake, and Drake is like Champagne Poppy on Instagram, and like
what?
You know, if even Drake doesn't have Drake, then that's good enough for me.
No, you need the name.
Man, fuck.
If you want a Drake, you can get Jake. He's doing that because he's a memer.
If someone else could get it for me, I'd owe them my life.
God, look at those abs. You could grate cheese on those, man. Yeah.
Like
I was talking about Drake's abs. Sorry, I was lost in the hunk of a man. I can tell you, there may or may not be. Okay, so how often does she post?
Like literally never, I'm pretty sure.
No, like it's actually important. Like once a year? Or what?
Like actually never.
This is something we could talk about
also,
offline.
I know posting is different from like logging in, and all those things matter.
Yeah, this is so your name on Instagram is Poki. Oh, okay. Yeah. You're verified though. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you
yeah, fuck. Sorry.
Even I'm not verified. Yeah, that's a very hard thing to do on Instagram. So there is a way to do this, especially if they're inactive. But I don't want to.
Oh my god, they're just more active now. Crazy.
Wait, what?
Sorry. For a very long time on Twitter, like they just would never, ever, ever.
But have you talked to the Twitter person?
Yes.
And there's no
the
go
Twitter
there.
person. Oh yeah, the Twitter person and the Instagram person are the same person.
No way.
Yeah.
And they want a cash
and they're
deal.
Fucking crazy. Sorry, I've never spoken about this publicly, but like they're fucking.
Oh shit.
Sorry. They're a little bit weird.
A little bit weird?
Like the way that they spoke to me was a little bit weird.
Oh, it's like you got that feeling that it's just kind of like an odd individual, like nothing that's not all right. Yeah.
Anyways, we'll see if that ever gets somewhere. It could be nice. But
I'll send you a message after this with some ideas. Particularly for inactivity. Yeah, there might be something that can be done. That's been done before. Well, you know,
yeah, I know.
Destiny bought his Instagram name.
For me. Yeah, I'm sure, but it's probably like a smoother transaction of sorts.
I think it wasn't. I think what happened was
impossible.
He did it he got I think the Instagram got hacked back, and then he had to like message Instagram, and then Instagram got it back. It was kind of a shit show.
Oh,
Yeah.
But I mean, at least he caught it initially. That's still something.
Yeah. That's true. Meet at a police station, says chat. That could work. That's a great place to meet. With a briefcase of cash. They're not going to ask any questions.
Cash.
They're not going to ask any questions.
I don't even know how you carry that much money.
Straight up have a mafia-style deal at a police station, dude. Hide in plain sight.
Freaky.
That's a lot of money in cash. It's like a suitcase.
Yeah.
But you said 5 figures, so that was, wait, how many figures is that? Oh, that is a lot of money. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I thought it was like 9999. I'm like, you should take that deal instantly. But for for 5 figures, that's a lot. I don't know. I don't know how much it matters. Like when we run the analytics and stuff, like once people I
don't think it matters once all the algorithms are in your favor.
It doesn't.
Anyways.
Yeah, it's just because everybody's going to be able to key you into like. Do you have it on YouTube? That actually.
Yeah.
You just have. Are you consistent on YouTube, or do you have the same branding?
What do you mean?
I'm checking right now. Are you Pokimane? Oh yeah, you are. Okay. Yeah, so you don't have PokeLL on.
Just Instagram and Twitter.
Okay, this is incredibly embarrassing, but your last. I gotta get this right. Pokimane. How do you say your actual gamer name?
Okay, like you can say Pokimane. That's fine.
Pokimane.
You can also say Pokemon, and that's fine too.
Okay, Pokemon
or you can just
and
say
Pokimane.
Poke and avoid.
I do, but I need to know this. If I don't know this, I just.
So I made it with the intention of having it be Pokemon because like my name's Iman and the game Pokemon, you know?
Got it.
So I mashed those two together, but I also now realize that that's not how shit is read in English. So there's no reason for me to have expectations like that. So I think Pokimane is fine.
Okay. All right. Pokimane. All right. I have always felt a little bit like that kind of feeling where it's like I don't know how to pronounce your name. Oh God.
Yeah, and that's not good for branding either. So I'm just like, yeah, sure, I'll be Pokimane.
At least it sounds like it spells. That's like the key, right?
Kind of.
Why would I be I'll subscribe to her chat, but I'm not even her demographic, dude. What do you even post on here? Is Pokimane
on YouTube? I do a lot of I mean, you're I think you'd be fine as my demographic for like very specific videos.
Is Poki Asian?
The IRL ones.
I don't know.
That was a fun video, man. It really was.
I don't care. It got 2.1 million views though. Poki rage quits over stream snipers.
That was one of my first videos to get trending on YouTube, and part of me was like, did this only happen because like it was on my birthday? Because I don't know how trending works, and trending feels like some kind of Illuminati YouTube Google shit. You know?
I'll send you a link of videos on exactly how it works. There's a guy. Do you ever heard of a guy named Smarter Every Day? A Destin?
I don't think so. Actually, maybe.
Yeah. He did a whole video on how this works, YouTube algorithm. And then another one of my friends who's a streamer, his name's Scott, the Morag. He also sent me a video that I'll send you. This is called Manipulating the YouTube Algorithm. This is super cool. You can watch this later. It's pretty neat. I just feel like, I know you just are really interested in this kind of stuff. Like, I love getting into like the business stuff.
I'm a YouTuber.
This is really interesting. So there's like a 3-video series here. And then, let's see. Apparently, I've watched one of your videos. Pokey does Fed's makeup. Apparently, I've watched this at least to the 11-minute mark. I don't know why I did this.
That's pretty good. 11 minutes? That's great retention.
Yeah, it is. And there's not a single other video on this channel that I've watched, but somehow I've watched. Was this you guys, chat, that like got me into Pokey's makeup material? Like, were we watching this or something? I don't even know. That's some weird shit. They say yes. Yeah. The manipulating YouTube algorithm, and then there's it's like, why are there so many balls in this lake? is that the and then how that video went viral? How went viral? It's this. Yeah, Verasatium just did a video on this. These are both like exactly how the YouTube algorithm works. So you can what you should really do is send this to your editors.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do.
Yeah, that's what I would do too. Do you use all the ones that the other people use? The
No.
Okay,
Nope,
you have your
nope.
own team?
I try to
Nice.
as much as possible, or at
Vertasium.
least like one person who's specific to my channel.
Oh, you just have one?
I have like one main dude, and then if anything, I commission other people
Okay,
and get him to help.
that's
Yeah.
cool.
But I don't like to have just like let's say like 5 part-time editors.
Yeah,
I
at
need
some
at least
point.
someone who's dedicated
Mm-hmm.
to the success of my channel.
Does that person also run the other people?
Typically.
Yeah, I see.
I try to get it to a point that that's how it works.
Got it. I see. Yeah, I've just recently started to get a lot of help with YouTube, and I'm so grateful for it. Like, it's actually awesome having people that just know more about YouTube than I do in terms of like branding and thumbnail creation and stuff like that. How have you accomplished? Jesus, Hunt, thank you for the tier 3. Holy shit, that's pretty rare.
Yay!
Yeah, that's actually insane. Thanks so much. Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. I just always want to say Pog, and then I'm like, oh no, I'm doing Twitch chat.
I'm doing it again.
Oh no. Okay, I think I do have to go because I promised some people I'd play Fortnite with them.
Oh
Woohoo!
boy, sounds like a whole lot of fun. Well, you enjoy Fortnite, and
thank you very much. Hopefully there will be like more news on this tomorrow. Maybe we can talk about it again.
Yeah, for sure. Just in general, like if something comes up, I'll message you or message me or whatever. But just in general, it was like really great to actually have an opportunity to talk to you and like finally catch up. Yeah.